In this video, I will show you the process of using SketchUp to create a concept model and then actually creating a refined model. And we will use this existing model as a study object. This was done in a different CAD program made for furniture design. Here in SketchUp, we will, since this is all for presentation, simply skip particular details. Very good. The link to this model is inside the description. Download it, open it, and we can use it as a reference. Let's make a new design and parallel projection. The model is in metric, so we go to our model info, set this to millimeter, decimal, and turn snapping off. Very good. So now, again, the focus of this video is really on process. We want to use modeling as a means to come to a design. That means at the beginning, we want to block out ideas. And then when we like something, we can do it more refined. We go to the rectangle tool, press the option key, center. So we draw a rectangle from the center, 400 by 400. Okay, I guess not. One more time, 400, 400. I forgot the comma. And then we will extrude this up by 480. And I know the whole object is 125 millimeters off the ground. So along the z-axis, 125. There we are. Okay, cool. So now we have a basic block. Think about this block as a cardboard model. And now I can use a Sharpie and start marking elements onto it. Maybe here and here, I would like to have an opening. Oh, maybe that's too big. What about maybe like this? Yeah, that could look interesting. Well, how does this look when we push these elements in a little bit? Yeah. Okay. So you see, I just made a very basic model, added two rectangles to indicate where we might have cavities, and then played with the height of everything. I could, for example, push and pull this further down and there. No, play with everything a little bit more. And this is a very, very well working method to very quickly explore ideas in a rather crude way, not in a refined way, because a crude way is very fast. And this is what we want to do at the beginning, ideation. If I want to, I could, for example, make a copy of this, put it to here, and then make a variation. Okay, now I can compare these two. Okay, this is all just basically as an idea. So let's do a little bit of cleanup work. I just do this on purpose. This will make the model a little bit problematic. So you can see actually what happens when we remove faces. And with the eraser tool, I can actually remove these black lines inside. Okay. Not that we would do this normally. I would just have hit undo for my steps, but you see this way I can get rid of all the stuff inside. And when I click on these edges here, you see then I get the original face back. Pretty nice. Okay, so it's like I used the eraser and removed all the lines. Good. Now our conceptual thinking phase is done. We now at the bottom, I want to have a big opening, on top a small opening. But I would like to work a little bit more clean. So with the tape measurement tool, click on an edge, I can drag in now, for example, 15 millimeters. So that's kind of like 1.5 centimeter. Here too. There. And there. Okay. The opening should be at 120. And then another 15 for another board. Cool. So you see how actually I started to sketch this out quite nicely. This does not look like 15. Okay, I have some issues here, so let's redo it. Click and drag, 15, there we are. Thank you. 15, 15, 15, 120, 15. Okay, good. Perfect. Now I can use the rectangle tool and simply go click and click. There. Nice. Use the push and pull, and then I can push this one in and can push it through. When I click, you see this looks terrible. So to make a nice cut through, I hit undo. I can move this to the back face. There it says on face, but not always. So you have to be careful what you click. There, on face, click, and then it cuts it through. Very nice. The whole object is 400 millimeters, and the back should be 15 millimeters. So this will be 385. So you go minus 385. Oh, and you see now I typed in minus while it said minus. Now, reminder, if I do it this way, I simply type in 385. And even while this looks positive, but SketchUp understood the direction I'm going. There we are. Pretty good. Now, there. Now we have a cavity there. The guidelines, let's see, I think, can't I put them into attack? Yeah, see also the guides, by the way, we can with Shift select. And then put them into attack so we can show and hide them. Very nice. This we triple click and make group so it's locked, and then we can call this one box. There. We would like now to have something that looks like a drawer on the front. Again, in an architectural space, you want to have furniture that look realistic, believable, but they don't have to be representing the way how they're constructed. So if we would like to offer an open design, this works. If we want to show, hey, we also can have drawers, I'm just going to simply draw a drawer face in, and that's it. I'm not going to model really the drawer. The drawer I would only model if I really want to figure out and visualize when I pull the drawer out, would this maybe impact a walk path, for example, in the kitchen or bathroom. Okay, so rectangle this corner to this corner. And you see it lines up perfectly. There's that face. Very nice. I would like to create this. We don't have it here, but I would like to create here a little opening. So click and drag, and then here I find, there's the midpoint. Very good. So from here, 50 millimeters, click and drag, and 50, click and drag, and 50. And then it's actually 55, and from the center, 55. Very nice. And from here, 20 down along the z-axis. So when you add actually the guidelines, really pay attention to that you see the correct colors. You see this is red, so x-axis, and the guideline is somewhere inside. And then here, because it's a vertical face, so up, or along the top to the back. Good. Now, then we can click, 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 and click. Very nice. Whoops. This is now in our way, so let's hide it. There, this is gone. It's up to us if we want to keep these guides. I put them maybe into new. So let's say guide drawer. And then this is actually guide box. So this way the guides are actually on different tags. Very useful. The whole thing we will extrude to the inside, 15 millimeters. Triple click, make group, and then we say drawer face. There. Yeah, you see, works actually really good, this process of modeling something out first, kind of like as a block, drawing something on like with a Sharpie and doing some cut ideas, some variations, and then we use that as an idea to rebuild something clean. So the whole thing also needs to sit on something. So here we have these legs. The legs are actually very detailed. Particularly this transition in the inside here is more or less impossible for SketchUp to do, but if we see it from here, we won't really see this. This is also one of the reasons why I show these objects to model, so you can understand for the interior architectural space, as long as we don't do like a hyper realistic design, when we model furniture objects, we only have to model what we will see. And if I would put in, let's say, I would work on a commercial project with commercial furniture, ideally I would pick also what I want to be able to go to the manufacturer of the furniture and download the finished model. Hopefully they're also good. Most times they are, but not always, which is why it's good to learn how to model in SketchUp too. Okay, so we will start first with the wooden frame and then do these legs. We can take a look at the bottom. So from the outside, everything is a little bit offset. So I can easily draw me a rectangle. So there it is. And then do an offset. 33 millimeters. Whoop. Click and drag 33 and enter. There. And then no, actually the outside we still keep. Good. So let's go to top view. It's fine. Okay. Click and where's is there center somewhere? There. There's, for example, the center. So that's good. I did this on purpose. So you will see why. You see here these legs, they are 45 degree and they're rotated. And the thickness is actually, we set them to 34 millimeters. Okay, so when this is at the center, I can click and drag. So 34 divided by 2 is 17. 17, there. Verify, this is good. Here actually SketchUp was jumping. There. Good. Here I don't need to do it. Actually only one would be good. There, 17. And then here now we start actually getting our first piece, by the way. So from there to here, but I won't draw this yet. I will add myself here another guideline, 15 millimeters. That's actually the material thickness. Okay. And then from this is actually a really interesting geometry guide now. So from here, I drag a line till it snaps to there. You see here, I have this back line, and then this line, I go to there. Starts to look a little bit like the matrix, but hold on, you will see actually what I'm doing here. So as this is a really good exercise working with lines and guidelines to create complex designs pretty easily. Maybe to make things easier to see, I also add this other 17 offset line. So you can see here's one leg, and then here's the support piece in between. Very good. You see here, there is this triangle or this trapezoid. So from this line, 15 millimeters. Okay, there we are. Yeah, but sometimes SketchUp just doesn't do it the way how I want. 15, there. Okay. And then you see here, this later will be my geometry piece. So this is actually in my way here right now. So I will double click and say make group and actually put this onto a temp folder. So I can also turn this on and off. And yeah, I needed to change my view to see the guidelines. Now I can go in with the pen tool and say, okay, so here to there, to there, to there, there is my first trapezoid. And that has a material or body height of 15. No, 15 can't be 50, 50, 50. Yeah. Okay, and then to make sure it doesn't get fused, we group it. Okay, and we can keep it in place because now you will start noticing the logic. So this whole object is very symmetrical. So I can go to the rotate command, make myself a copy from here, zip to there. Again, rotate a copy and rotate a copy. Very nice. You see now here is the next trapezoid element. All these 4 pieces here, I will put onto a new tag. I will call this frame. Very good. And this lower edge here of my frame, I don't really see. And that is the reason why I will add here another guideline, 15. Yeah, because now I can go ahead and model this part. And we set 50. There we are. Make a group. And then you to you 1 time. Hey, and actually 3 times. Oh, okay, I guess I wanted to see if I can do multiples. But it didn't really work. Click. Okay, I just do it. Click. Click there. And then these 4 I can put into the frame. Everything what I have here, I can Shift A, and maybe this goes into the temp folder. Good. And this temp folder is actually not necessarily just a temp folder anymore, but we could maybe call this frame guides there. Very good. Okay. Yeah. So if we now take a look at what we have. So here's my box and there is my frame stuff. Whoops, I did everything the wrong direction. No problem. We can easily fix this. So move command on top. I will press the up arrow key and then hit this there. Really nice. Okay. Now I'm ready to actually model my leg. So I will go to here and go to there, and like, ooh, see how I would like to rotate this. It doesn't really work that easily. So what about maybe along this edge here, I simply draw this one out. And this I would like to rotate or move 45 degrees. Yeah, that doesn't really work as easy. So easy trick. I can add myself here guideline to the midpoint, and then from the midpoint along this guideline, I simply drag it. So this way you can then, as you can see now, move something that is not X and Y or Z, but is rotated. Very, very easy and useful. I would like to know the distance. So this, let's set to, this is 55. Let's set this to 42. Okay, very good. And bring this one down there. And then these two guidelines, why throw them away? Let's put them into frame guides. Okay, good, very nice. Now, this whole thing needs to be moved down 125. There we are. And we have a little bit more of work left to do. Just so you know, when I select this edge, also pay attention to know how I'm sliding this edge actually 45 degrees. You see, I can't here too. So again, I need at this, ideally there, just a guideline temporarily, and then I can remove it. When I move this guideline, you see how this gets empty. And from here, we don't necessarily see this, but the angle is wrong. So here's a little trick. I will draw myself here a nice line. And this line, when I hide this, slices this face. And because of that, look at that. Ta-da! Pretty cool, no? Yeah, I think so too. So this is, what do we have in terms of measurements? 34. Let's make this then 36, so a little bit thicker. There we are. Now I can move this to there. Very good. And the whole face now I would like to move. So go maybe top view. Whoops, wrong one there. Oh, so I need a bottom view. Whoops, sorry for the rotation. There. Okay. And because I'm in not perspective, I really look down this straight edge. Now, very easily I can move this, and for example, along the guideline again, I have to move it, slide it, and then it's basically kind of like maybe here. We can just eyeball it. It should not stick over, maybe somewhere there. Very good. So now we rotate this around and then double click or triple click, make group. Okay, these guidelines I will actually delete now. This is something I can rebuild very easily. Now, I will actually turn this into a compound and call this foot. Just again to show you how useful the compounds are, and make a copy, make a copy, make a copy. Yeah. So let's compare. Did we capture everything quite well? Yeah, this actually captured really good, but these corners were much closer to there. Okay, good. So how can we do this? So maybe this guideline along the z-axis, I move up till it snaps to there. And this edge along a guideline along the z-axis, I snap to there. You see how I'm projected in kind of like on the ground, the border of this part. So now I can, in 3D view, add myself another guideline. Then I go into edit mode or edit that component, triple click. And then from, need to see where's actually the guideline. There's very faintly we can't see them very well. So there they are. Actually, hold on. I will create this guideline. So this rather to there, because then here it will intersect. So double click, select this face, move, and then move along this guideline till it snaps to the intersection of these two guidelines. And there you can see the other guideline also too. If you look at the bottom, yeah, they're perfectly lined up. And because now this is a component, all 4 elements are updated. Very good. Now if I want, I made myself all this work. I call those guides feet. Or actually, we set object first and then guides. Good. Very nice. We can call this frame or put this into feet as a tag. And yeah, something like this is then sufficient. And we have reproduced a representational model of a more accurately designed piece in SketchUp.